Alright, welcome back everybody. We're going to do the last mission that I have not played yet. Nothing stands between Sigurd and what she wants.
What?
Get out of my way. What? His helmet speaking valve is broken. But he said, "Stop, fiend, your journey ends here." Idiots, move aside. We were stationed here by the Emperors to stand between fleets of Vellum and Cherrystone. He said, "I don't care what he said. Your fate is sealed."
How foolish.
Thinking they could stand against me. Utter foolishness. So this is kind of a... This is a mission where we're gonna build. And we're gonna build, and we're gonna build, and we're gonna rely pretty heavily on our C units here. As well as our commander. And when we have some available funds, I am going to try to build well, first it's going to be a wagon, followed by a series of smaller units like mages and, you know, stuff to basically hold off the incoming ground troops that are coming from the top right-hand side. Because the majority of the enemies are going to be C units, we are going to be focusing on primarily harpoon boats merfolk, and turtles. Because the harpoon boats are going to keep the air units from doing damage to us. They're also going to keep the turtles at bay. So that's like... That is more than 50% of what is coming at me, I think. And then the turtles are going to clean up the non-flying, non-turtle units. And then I'm also going to use this Velbat in order to help me take care of the spear boats. Anything that's not a spear boat, I'm going to try to use it to help lighten some of the load. And then we are eventually going to try to take well, we're going to take this here, and because it's not safe to take the small island there, we're going to take this back one. And like I said, we're going to focus on taking out the turtles because they are primarily the biggest obstacle for me. And then secondarily will be the air unit. So we're going to try to build more harpoon ship. I'm looking at the fact that I didn't critical there. I thought I had to be next to the reef. I didn't realize I had to be on the reef to critical. So we'll be moving our harpoon ships onto reefs when possible, so we can crit the flying units and sea units, or turtles as well. So as long as I can keep my harpoon boats alive, I think all of this is going to go well. Like I said, we're going to get some turtles in here. We're going to get some merman units in here. We're going to try not to take damage. Work with what we got here. Alright, and then I'm going to... Let's do that. And then we can use our Velbat to take on the units here to the south. And then, yeah, let's get a turtle out. These turtles are gonna wreck the crap out of Merman. And then, once we've got turtle in play, I think we'll either make a second turtle or a third, a third harpoon ship. And we're going to be relying pretty heavily on our commander up here north to hold back the army. So I'm going to be doing this. And we'll capture the city here with you. And then we'll be backing off to so we can get another dread spear up there. So that'll be my ground units for a bit, and then we'll probably get another spearman, followed by some amount of. I'm gonna definitely need a mage at some point. Nice thing about Sigurd is when she gets her Wargroove and uses her attack, she'll heal herself for each point of damage that she deals. She'll heal herself. So even if she's at 1, I can kill any unit and it'll re-heal her. Yep, what we're gonna do here. Back you. And probably should move you up like this. And then we can do that. Alright, and we're gonna need another one of you, I guess. You can start moving north. You can come down. You can come down now. And then I think I'm gonna have to retreat Sigurd back. She doesn't have her groove yet, and she needs to go to healing. That should be okay as well, because that means the spearman can't reach me, and the archer will be likely go for Sigurd. Think about getting a dog, maybe. Hounds would be good. Another one of you might be good as well. Nice cheap quick units. I want to get a warlock here eventually, but that's gonna have to wait till I've got my sea resolved. Once I have control over the sea, I don't think we'll have to worry about that anymore. But for right now, we're gonna have to focus on getting rid of... Haha, pitiful. White demon! So, we have to focus on... Yeah, we need to get rid of... Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use you to take out you, and then Turtle can come down and blow that up. That's good. You as well. Yeah, you can come south. Or we can use the other one I have down there already. That'll do. Yep, what we want. Want to capture. Get rid of you. Alright, you still have 1 health. That's annoying. We need another spear ship. Harpoon ship. 3 to 4 harpoon ships are ideal on this, because you get so many flying units and so many turtles, and you know your turtles can take care of any sort of warship or mermen that come at you. Get rid of that. And we really should get rid of you as well. That'll work. No, I can't get up there. Nice, we can get up there. Alright, that's okay. Let's make another dog. I kind of just need units that can either distract or deal damage. I'm not 100% sure how many waves of enemies there are. Probably somewhere in the ballpark of like 20. As little as 13, as many as say 18, I guess. Because I think the S rank on this is 20 turns. Yep, so we're going to Vampiric Touch you. Heal myself for 7 points. So now I'm at 9. Yep, should heal myself there. I know it's not ideal. Well, actually, I could probably... Well, I'll see if he dies or not. It'll probably go after Sigurd. Since he goes after Sigurd, we can heal the following turn. I can get this under... Hopefully get this back under control. Yep. Critical. So I built Merman for this exact reason. We want to use them to take those out. However, we also want to get rid of the turtle first. Turtles are going to wreck my Merman. Merman. And we're just going to want to keep... We're going to keep bringing in more C units. You know, either some combination of turtle. Like I said, I've got 3 spear ships right now. I'm going to probably make 1 more. But I do need to get another... another turtle in play, I think. And we'll get a spearman out, and we'll get him moving up. Warlock would be good too, I guess. So yeah, let's get a Warlock. Because I will need him eventually, as I'm sure they're going to double down on the more difficult units like a dragon. Or even harpies can be annoying if you don't have an anti-air unit ready. So I'm gonna bring my dogs up to try to nip at the archer toes, or distract, depending on which way he chooses. Yeah, I kind of want to heal her as well. Yeah, I'll bring you down. Attack. You can go back to heal. That's great. Unfortunately, that means Sigurd's got to come back down to this lower town by where the dog is in order to heal. Yeah, what we want to do is you want to do as much damage like that as you can. Take out the turtles, try to limit or take out the flying enemies, and then sort of as a last stitch effort is to get rid of these guys. Because they move so slowly, they're like less of a problem, but they zone out the turtles so well. You have to practically commit 2 turtles to them. Or... And I don't like building... I don't like building warships here. They're very expensive, and they're easily picked off by turtles or flying units. It's just... They're too much of an investment, you know, when you're trying to sort of balance what you have going right now. Balloon's not really worth it. Getting another flying unit in here is I think good. Another spear unit's good because we will need him. But I don't think I can go wrong with flying units because they counter non-mage units so hard. They're a bit expensive, but they're certainly well balanced against what you're trying to do with them. Right, that's gonna be a dead turtle. And we'll have the dead of you. And yeah, I've still got another harpoon boat here to work with. Good. You're dead as well. Harpoon boat's open, but I'm gonna wait for him to get a little closer to me. And then we'll guard with the turtle up here, I think. So this is where I'm thinking about moving my flying units north to help out with the ground units that are coming in, but we'll see how that goes. Plus, with my mage here now, we should be good to heal. I'm not going to use my 300 heal though. I'm going to bring Sigurd down so that she can heal at the town. You know, bite the bullet here and then, you know, really move in after that, I guess. I will build a warship here eventually, but right now we're just gonna build another vampire. I do appreciate that in comparison to Advance Wars, you know, Advance Wars in some ways tried to be a little too realistic, where they made naval units so damn expensive that they're not worth it practically, and they're so highly counterable by submarines, which are cheaper to make. But this one I think does a pretty good job with balancing the fun. You know, like, hey, your standard sword user, 100 gold. And then you base everything else around that. You say, well, how much better is, say, a, you know, I don't know, a mere merman who can go on the water and go on the land and capture both land and ground. It's worth X amount of dollars, and, you know, X amount of money. But it has the downside of not being as effective on land as it versus as, you know, being in the water. It's much more effective. So, you know, it has upsides and downsides, and then it costs, you know, 250 gold. which is comparable to a actually I'm not sure on that dollar value without looking again, but it does, excuse me, it does weigh them well. So, you know, bell bats, you know, they're worth, 600 gold. Your warship, which is essentially a movable slash attacking battleship, doesn't have the range of a battleship. It doesn't have the power of a battleship, but it's a hell of a lot cheaper. Heavily easily countered by a very mobile turtle, which is only really countered by spear boats, which can counter both air and ground units. So again, they did a great job balancing out sea units in this game. I really appreciate it, because they don't feel like a waste of money to build. And at the same time, this mission would be bullshit as hell. Oh yeah, he's just gonna shit out 2 battleships, some air units that are very costly and expensive, and in addition to, crapping out, what is equivalent of probably 10,000 gold. Well, not 10,000 gold, it'd be more than that, wouldn't it? It would be what, closer to like 100,000 gold. I mean, you are limited. Honestly, you're limited by the fact that you can only really produce 1 unit per turn. You have less barracks to produce them with too, stuff. I don't know. This game's well balanced, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, the only units that I kind of feel like are worthless in this game, in terms of I wouldn't want to produce them, are witches. I think witches should have been a little more powerful against. They're only, well, they can do 10% area effect damage. That'd be land, sea, air. They're also good against flying units. But for what they do, I feel like, and for the amount of damage they take from harpies, I feel like they should do more damage. But maybe I'm, I don't know. I just feel like they should be like, fighter jets where they just blow everything up. At the same time, I kind of understand, like, well, what's the counter then? More witches is witches counter to witches, No, you kind of balance them versus the fact that that the dragons aren't going to do any damage to them. They're going to do 0 damage. So you have to use your harpies. It means if you're going to use your harpies, that means they got to be balanced against the witches. Another wave will be overcome. This is turn 12. We've got a couple more waves of enemies that we need to take care of. As you can see, I brought my my warship into play, because I want to use it to hopefully quickly counter whatever's going on. And now we have everything but 1 property now captured, so that's great. Use that to reinforce. And can't get to me. Lure that guy in. Yep, that's what we want to do. And then we need to keep our boats moving. You're coming down to blow up the warship, and then we need to take out the turtle here this turn. Ideally. Yeah, we can handle the other. I don't want to damage him so he doesn't completely decimate one of my ships, but I don't think I really have much choice here. I mean, that's 13 damage with a critical. Pretty crazy. Yep, that's good. I'll live with that. And then I need another turtle. And then after that, we're gonna have to probably build another harpoon ship because he's about to sink one of my harpoon ships.